Hey everybody, welcome to the Book Nook. Today we are going to talk about The Hacienda by Isabel Canas. This book was what I would call a historical horror, and it's kind of like a really great haunted house, sinister family relationships, who is out to get who kind of book. I am a big fan of haunted house stories. This takes place historically right after the aftermath of the Mexican War of Independence. And that was back in the 1800s, like the early 1800s. It was a conflict between the people of Mexico and the Spanish colonial authorities. And I think that went on for several years. So this is the aftermath. It's affected everyone. The story centers around a character called Beatrice. Her family, her father's involved in the war. He gets taken in and captured and they kill him. And so Beatrice and her mother are kind of left to with almost nowhere to go. They have one family member who doesn't really like them. They have no choice but to go and live with them. And they basically kind of treat them like they're their servants, but they have nowhere else to go. So her and her mother, they just kind of roll with the punches because what are they going to do? At some point, Beatrice catches the eye of this man, Don Rodolfo. He is a owner of Hacienda and owns great big fields of magui, which is the agave plant, and their family makes pulque, which is a traditional alcoholic Mexican beverage. Kind of like, they say sour beer in the book, but I thought it was almost kind of like a wine. But it's a more tart, acidic kind of beverage. Even when everyone runs out of money and times are dark, people still gotta get their drink on, and people still want to drink alcohol. Drown your sorrows. Everybody lost people in the war. People still want to drink, even when times are bad. So that's how this man kept his money. And so when he makes eyes at Beatrice, she's like 20 years old, and she's like, this is the solution to my problems. He's attractive. He's charismatic. He has money. I can get my mother and me out of our horrible relatives' houses that treat us like we're crap and make us do all their bidding. When the man proposes, she's like, absolutely yes. So they get married, and he's in the whole political scene too. So, he has to be back and forth between the city and their hacienda. So he takes her to the hacienda. It's called San Cedro. When they get there, there's the main house, and then they have the men who work the fields of the magui plant, then all the other people who live and take care of the house, Ana Luisa, and then her daughter Paloma, and then there's the sister Juana, who is a sister of Rodolfo. Rodolfo had been prior married, and his wife died in some mysterious manner that everybody from town has a different story of how it happened, I don't know. So she's there, and he takes her to the hacienda for the first time. And as soon as they walk across the threshold, Beatrice is like, something's not right here. Just, bad vibes intensifying to 10. So she's not liking it. And then Rodolfo's there for a day or two before he's like, okay, I gotta leave and go to the capital and take matters of business. And then he's just gone for quite some time. Bad stuff starts happening. She starts hearing voices and seeing things, and she's like, what the heck am I supposed to do? So she goes and she goes and talks to the local parish or the people of the church, and two of the priests come out to the property, Padre Andres and Padre Guillermo. They come through, or was it Vincente? Dang it. Okay, so Andres for sure, I don't remember which other father, it was Guillermo or Vincente. So they come through, and the elder, Andres is the younger one, the elder priest, he throws his holy water around and blesses the place, and he doesn't feel anything, and she tries to tell him, There's some effed up stuff happening. Yeah, obviously she doesn't say that to the priest. He just kind of shakes it off and is like, whatever. And she's like, what am I going to do? She gets the vibe that Padre Andres kind of like feels it and maybe would help her. So he's like, you know, come to mass often is what he says to her before they leave. So she's like, okay, thread of hope, because I feel like this house wants to kill me. She goes to mass, goes to talk to him, and then they almost get caught speaking. And then eventually she's able to talk to him, and he's like, yeah, I felt it as soon as I came in the door. I think I can help you. And then this is where we get into the story of this crazy haunted house with all these like horrific things that are happening and historical horror. And I've really been getting into like historical horror and fiction and fantasy lately. Like I really like it. And a good thing about it too is that, you know, maybe, you know, you're not reading history books, you're not reading this, that, and the other, but when stuff's actually based in history and to be able to learn a bit about something that you might not have known about, even if it's a little bit, is pretty cool. And it's stuff like I hadn't heard of or didn't know about. There's a lot of history I don't know about. I need to do better. I really enjoyed this book. It was scary. Oh, you really like the characters. It's a haunted house story, but then there's also, there might be, you know, devious characters. It was really well written. Although, I will say this, the first few chapters for me felt a little slow, but once you get going, it's good. Like, yeah, it's another one of those that I was like, all right, once the train left the station, we were all aboard. I gave it 4 stars. It definitely captured my fancy, and I am a sucker for a good haunted house story. So The Hacienda by Isabel Canas was really fantastic. If you like haunted house stories, you might like this one a lot too. Also, if you like haunted house stories and you have a favorite book about them, let me know down in the comments. I'm always curious about that stuff. If you're interested in checking out this book, I'll have a link down below. That will be an affiliate link. A small amount goes to me. And then some as well also goes to independent bookstores. Also, if you guys like books and like talking about books, I have a Discord as well. We talk about all kinds of stuff. Books, art, music. I have a channel called Animal Planet, and you can put pet photos in there. It's fun. If you like horror books, the next video coming up after this one will be another horror review. So, if you'd like, check it out. It'll be right here, somewhere. So until next time, we'll see you later.